This is a regular meeting of the Township, of Washington in accordance with the requirements of the New Jersey statutes regarding open public meetings. Notice of this meeting was legally advertised in the Courier Post and the South Jersey Times and posted on the bulletin board. Fire exits are located through the double doors on your left and your right. Please silence all mobile devices. This meeting is being videotaped. Anyone who does not wish to be seen on television may be excused. This will be shown on Channel 9 and on Verizon Channel 36 every week, Sunday at 9 p.m., Wednesday at 7 p.m., Friday at 10 p.m., and Saturday at 10 p.m., and will continue until the next meeting. Flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Mrs. Doherty? Ms. Pasqualone?
Here.
Mrs. Williams?
Here.
Mr. Longfellow?
Here.
Mr. Perry?
Here.
Mayor Gattinelli?
Here.
Mr. Platt?
Here.
Mr. Gonser?
Here.
Okay, we're going to start off with some proclamations, and Mayor Gattinelli.
Yeah.
Not this time. All right. Good evening, everyone. We are going to have our Employee of the Month, and I have a special person here with me this evening, which is my confidential aide. This is Alicia Marini. Alicia has been by my side for the last couple of years since my administration, my election. I wanted to thank her for everything that she does on a daily. This is every day. You talk to our residents. You help us with any issues or concerns. You keep my calendar straight. You keep me straight in line. This is an everyday task, and I know it's not an easy one. It's very difficult because there's a lot going on, and it's always something that's going on within the office. She helps out with our administration as well as all of our boards. She does prep our website. She was a driving force in our new website, which is absolutely beautiful. Easy to address, and you know, I just want to show you our appreciation, my appreciation, and present you with the Employee of the Month. Thank you so much for all that you do.
Congratulations.
Okay, moving on to the bill list. Can I get approval of the bill list for April 10th, 2019?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Ms. Pasqualone?
Yes.
Mrs. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes. Moving on to minutes. Approval of regular minutes for March 27th, 2019. I get a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second. Any discussion? Roll call vote.
Ms. Pasqualone? Recuse. Mrs. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes. Approval of special meeting minutes for April 1st, 2019. I get a motion to approve.
Make that motion.
I'll second. Any discussion? Roll call.
Ms. Pasqualone?
Yes.
Mrs. Williams?
Sorry, change
Recuse.
Mrs. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes. Approval of, excuse me, regular minutes for April 4th, 2019. Get a motion to approve?
Make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Miss Pascalone?
Yes.
Yes.
April 4th?
Yes. That was the budget meeting.
Budget one?
Yeah, recused. Okay. Recused April 4th.
Mrs. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes.
By the way, for council members, if you were not here for a meeting or were not here on, but all you have to do is abstain. Recusal means you had a conflict of interest. Abstain means you just were not here at the meeting. So change all of Councilman's votes to abstentions, not recusals. If that's okay with you.
Yep.
Okay, moving on to ordinances. We have ordinance 13, ordinance amending chapter 285 of the Washington Township Code of entitled zoning. We were going to adopt this, but there are some questions from the planning board, so I would like to table this one till the next meeting. Can I get a
Meeting of May 8th.
May 8th? Can I get a motion to table?
I'll make my motion.
Second.
Roll call?
Miss Pascalone?
Yes.
Mrs. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes. So this will be tabled till May 9th.
So please put it back on the May 8th agenda for adoption. Mr. Perry, before you go to resolutions, I would ask that the council consider two votes, essentially. One is to amend the agenda to add an ordinance for introduction, and I'll explain why, and then to actually introduce a revised ordinance. If you all recall, we had ordinance 8-2019, an ordinance amending the Delsey Drive redevelopment plan to add a couple of properties within the node at the 5 Points area. There's a redeveloper that's interested in developing the property, that node at that point, to a super Wawa, a gasoline service station and convenience store. And there's going to be very expensive roadway improvements that are going to be partially funded, at least by the redeveloper. The redeveloper has contacted me, and they're trying to move the project along, and there are a couple of technical problems with the ordinance and the redevelopment plan that they did not catch. They wanted to add another property that's at the node that was not part of the original ordinance and the plan, and I've seen it on the map, and it is, they left it out for some reason. They do control it. And there's also a provision, and we don't have to decide tonight, we're just going to introduce it by title. There's a provision in the setbacks. It was a maximum front yard setback for structures of no greater than 15 feet. So the structures had to be within 15 feet of the road, of Route 47. Actually, that's a mistake because the gasoline pumps as well as the convenience store really have to be farther back for traffic purposes. That was a mistake that did not catch. And under the redevelopment statute, you attempt to make the redevelopment plan as consistent with the project as can be. So they really want to change that maximum setback. It can't be any farther than 230 feet. You have to allow for proper pedestrian access and vehicular access. So those are going to be the changes that are going to be in there. They want to kind of, because we spent a lot of time on this already, they would ask that we reintroduce the ordinance by title only. It'll have to be referred back to the planning board and come back here with those two changes. There may be one or two more changes as well, but nothing major. Still, the idea is to expand the node to that area and to allow for the gasoline and convenience store use in that area. So we would, if you're interested in doing this and they're making the request, I'd ask that you have a motion to amend the agenda to allow us to bring this on this evening and I'll introduce ordinance 15-2019, amending the Delsey Drive redevelopment plan.
Make a motion to amend the agenda to include ordinance 15-2019.
I'll second that.
Roll call?
Miss Pascalone?
No.
Mrs. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes.
And now we need a motion to introduce ordinance 15-2009 to amend the Delsey Drive redevelopment plan for the reasons as I spread on the record.
Make that motion to introduce ordinance 15-2019.
I'll second. Roll call?
Ms. Pascalone?
Nope.
Mrs. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes.
And that ordinance will be revised and sent to the planning board. You'll also get copies as well. They'll review it, and it'll come back to us for adoption at the earliest possible meeting. Probably a meeting in May. Could be the second meeting this month if the planning board has a chance to meet.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thanks.
that.
Thanks.
Okay, moving on to resolutions. Resolution 71, resolution awarding a contract for Washington Township municipal site improvements and sign to Two Think Pavers, Hardscaping, 125 Kings Highway, Mount Royal, New Jersey. Can I get a motion to remove resolution, we tabled this one, resolution 71 from the table.
Make a motion to remove 71 from the table.
I'll second. Any discussion? Roll call?
Mrs. Doherty?
Yes.
Ms. Pascalone?
Yes.
Mrs. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes. Okay, can I get a motion to approve resolution 71?
Make that motion.
I'll second. Any discussion? Roll call?
Mrs. Doherty?
Yes.
Ms. Pascalone?
Yes.
Mrs. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes. Okay, we're going to move along. The following resolutions are by consent agenda and only require a vote for all listed. Each one must be read by title. If any members of the council wish to have one removed and heard separately, they need to indicate it prior to me reading the titles. Does anybody have anything that they... Nope. Okay, well, here I go. Resolution 80, resolution authorizing a grant application to the Association of New Jersey Environmental Commission. Resolution 81, resolution of the Township of Washington, County of Gloucester, State of New Jersey, approving the assignment of the lease agreement for the operation of the concession stand at Washington Lake Park. Resolution 82, resolution canceling taxes for Robert Levine, a totally disabled veteran at 828 Richmond Drive, effective March 22nd, 2019. Resolution 83, resolution approving release of a bond for Tony Soprano's Pizzeria and Restaurant. Resolution 84, resolution approving large gathering application for St. John's United Methodist Church. Resolution 85, resolution approving large gathering application for Jefferson Hospital. Resolution 86, resolution approving large gathering application for Calvary Chapel of Gloucester County. Can I get a motion to approve resolutions 80 to 86?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Mrs. Doherty?
Yes.
Ms. Pascalone?
Yes.
Mrs. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Longfellow?
Yes.
Mr. Perry?
Yes. Okay, moving on. Old business. Danny, have any old business?
Nope. Nope.
Nope.
No.
New business.
No new business. No new business?
Too fast. Okay, reports.
None at this time. None at this time.
It's Earth Month here in Washington Township. The Environmental Commission is pushing out a number of different events right now. All of them are available online. There'll be a variety of events in the park and library throughout the month.
Nothing at this time.
I do. Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome.
Just a few things, a couple of events that are coming up. This weekend, we have Washington Township Baseball Opening Day at the Herford-Grenlock Complex, the baseball complex. I'm sure most of you are aware of what the complex had looked like prior to. We've had a lot of work that has been done over there. We're going to have an opening day, so I'll be there early Saturday morning to address. I want to thank all the vendors and everybody that participated in the cleanup and the revitalization of that complex. There really has been a lot that has been done. I'd like to thank our county as well as our Public Works Department, as well as our police department, all of our vendors that has helped with that, and it's going to kick off for a nice season. So I appreciate everybody's efforts. Super Saturday is coming up quickly, May 11th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Washington Lake Park. So if you'd like to participate, you can certainly email Lisa Collins at lcollins@township.washington.nj.us for registration forms. I'd like to go over a couple things as far as Shop Washington Township. We do have a new business that has just come on board recently, CG Auto Glass. They can be reached at 856-651-8525. Just a reminder for all folks, if you haven't already signed in for your card, please sign up for the Shop Washington Township card. I'd like everyone to utilize it. It's coming to the end of that season, so you will be able to see your credits coming up in the third quarter, which is going to be in August. So I'd like to see everybody participate in that and see those credits come back to you. NJDOT, we have a grant that we just found out about for Herfield Road, so there will be some improvements going on there. It was a grant for $245,000 for that project to resurface. The NJDOT provides statewide assistance for local government for improvements to the preservation of the local transportation network. This network makes up about 90% of the New Jersey roadways. The successful completion of our project will assist in achieving the goal and will provide a transportation system that will provide all the mobility they deserve. What else do we have? Washington Township Save Lives. I just wanted to give you an update on that. I'd like to share the quarterly update that the Washington Township Police Department shared with me in regards to our drunk driving statistics. From January 2019 through March of 2019, they arrested a total of 37 individuals for driving while intoxicated. Out of the 37, only 7 were Washington Township residents. For the same time frame in 2018, they arrested 29 individuals for the same offense. Out of the 29, 9 of which were Washington Township residents. These statistics equate to a 27% increase in DWI arrests and a 22% decrease in the arrests of Washington Township residents. I'd like to thank the police department for sharing this information with my administration. I'm pleased that the percentage of the DWI Washington Township residents is continuing to decrease. I'd also like to thank our business administrator who recently renegotiated the Washington Township Save Lives program with Uber. I'm grateful that this program is continuing to make a difference in our community for the better, and I'm hopeful for the future and just keeping everyone safe out there. Thank you.
Okay. On Sunday at 12 o'clock, we'll be opening up the community garden in Washington Lake Park. And I just wanted to thank all the staff in the municipal building for the 2 budget meetings we had, one on Monday and one on Tuesday at a time. We sat down, reviewed the budget with everybody. It was open to the public. We didn't have anybody from the public that showed up, but I want to thank everybody for their time and effort in working on the budget and presenting to us and answering our questions. Just for everybody up here, Chrissy wanted me to let you know that you have something in your books. It's 2019 Elected Officials Online Employment Practices Seminar. It's with our Mel. If you take it, we are credited with $250, so any dollar we can get into the township is well worth it. And that's all I have for now. We'll move on to public participation. Please follow the public decorum posted, which has been attached to the public agenda, and limit your comments to 5 minutes. Once you have completed your comments or questions, please take a seat. The council president will then ask if members of the governing body or the designee wishes to address your comments or questions. Can I get a motion to open to the public?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We are now open to the public for anybody that wishes to speak.
Say your name and address.
I'm Robert Samuel Levine. I'm a retired Chief Petty Officer, United States Navy. I want to thank you both for approving
Sir, could you give your address, please?
828 Richmond Drive, Turnersville, New Jersey. Even though we get our mail from Sicklerville, I've been fighting for years to get that changed because I'm also a retired Postal Union officer. Anyhow, this helps me tremendously because my wife, who is crippled now, trying not to get emotional. I've been a widow twice before. My stepson's a fire chief here at Whitman Square, and I married his mother. But anyhow, I'm very grateful because I hire a woman to come in once a week to help me out, so I get a little time for myself to do different things. And I'm very grateful to the township. I've been here since 1982. I spent a total of 30 years altogether in the military, 20-some active and other inactive. I've seen a lot of changes in this township, and I've seen a lot of buildings go up and a lot of buildings go down, but I greatly respect this town, and I would like to pass one more thing on. I've been in the blue water and the brown water Navy. A lot of people don't recognize the blue water. That's the guys that go up and down the coast. I was on a supply ship, went from Da Nang to Antoy. My second tour, I must have been an idiot, I volunteered. I was brown water Navy. I carried Navy SEALs upriver on the USS Krishna, landing craft repair. We got blown up July the 5th, 1970. I was 10 feet from dying. There were only two of us Jewish guys on board, and the other guy died. All I seen was his head in front of me. I'll never forget it. But I want to make one more point and I'll be done. If you know of any veteran that served in Vietnam that dies of a heart attack and does not have a VA claim in, you have his spouse put in with the DAV, VFW, whoever, because it's considered Agent Orange. Everything I have wrong with me, 210% disability, 7 different disabilities, I paid 100%. The VA won't tell you. I fought them for all these years, and finally, in May of last year, I got 100%. So thank you very much.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you for your service. Is there anyone else from the public wishing to speak?
Rich Bennett, 11 Eclipse, Hidden Lakes. I was at my Boy Scout meeting last night, and we had it at Washington Lake Park. And 2 police officers passed by in their cars and then stopped and got out and actually tossed the football around with my Boy Scouts. So I wanted to tell the chief that you got a great bunch of guys over there that are part of the community.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is a happy meeting, and we have daiquiris.
Anyone else wishing to speak?
Even better.
Okay, it's Ralph Wilczek, 119 Bethel Mill Road, Block 47,
Spell your last
Can you
name.
spell your last name, sir?
Wileczek, Block 47, Lot 401. And thank you for hearing me here today. I'm here to, I don't know where to go, I'm here to pray for relief that the township did a beautiful job at repaving the road that had been destroying hubcaps, and people were speeding through it. It was awful. And they did a beautiful job doing it. They crowned it in a way that has started to destroy our home. I just came from shoveling it. I brought pictures. There are 2 feet of mud. The house is there since 1985. And after the crowning, it started flooding. And we talked to the engineers before they did it, and they indicated it would not happen. And we believed them. It hasn't stopped happening. The house is now under mud, about 2 feet from the road. The road looks beautiful, but there are pictures and videos, even a township police officer stopped one day when I was taking pictures. I have pictures of him driving through. He stopped and said, "Can I help you with the broken pipe?" I said, "It's not a broken pipe, officer." I said, "This road does this." And he said, "I can't help you with that." And so I don't know where to go, who to talk to, but like it's going to rain this week, we're freaked out because more mud comes in every time off of the beautifully paved road.
Can we get with you after the meeting?
Absolutely. I have
Okay.
a couple of pictures. I appreciate that.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Anyone else wishes to speak? Seeing no one, I get a motion to close to the public.
Make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, our next council meeting is scheduled for April 24th. Everybody have a safe and happy Easter. And Passover. I had to remember what the holiday was.
Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome. Motion to adjourn?
Make that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are now adjourned.